Hi, today we'll talk about e-signatures. My name is Ian Lowe, and you can find out more about me from these links below. Before we talk about e-signatures, let's talk a little bit about problems with the wet ink approach. In the current wet ink approach, you first create a document, then you got to get it printed, then you got to mail a physical copy or fax a copy across to the recipient. Alternatively, you could scan a copy and send it by email. When the recipient gets the copy, they will sign on a physical document and either scan and send it back or send it back by snail mail. And once you get the original back, you got to tag it and then put it into a document management system. This process would usually take some time and not the most efficient way to manage documents. So, what is an e-signature? In the most basic of definition, it is just a signature in electronic form. And what is a digital signature? Well, a digital signature is a specific subset of e-signature. With digital signatures, you actually sign with a certificate-based ID, which is issued by a trusted third-party certificate authority. Another key difference is the evidence you produce to prove that a document has been signed. In this case, it will be the use of a PKI infrastructure. To put it graphically, e-signature uses a variety of means to authenticate the users, username, password, pins, 2FA biometrics, and so on. While digital signature use a certificate-based ID and the proof is through the encryption with validation by a certificate authority or a trusted service provider. The components of a digital signature will involve the sender and the receiver, a document that needs to be signed, a digital signature certificate to sign with, a hash algorithm and the digest it produces, and a set of public key and private key to sign and validate the document. How does this work? Well, the sender will create a document which would then pass through a hash algorithm like a SHA-2 to create a digest. The digest is then passed through the private key to get your digital signature. The document and the digital signature is then sent to the receiver. On the receiving side, the receiver got the document and the digital signature, and the document is passed through the same hash algorithm to get the digest, while the digital signature is decrypted with the public key to get the digest. If the digest match, that means the document is valid and has not been tampered since signing. Now, how e-signature works? E-signature is a lot more straightforward. A document to be signed is uploaded to an e-signing platform. Metadata is then attached to the documents to classify and file it. Users will then now log into the e-signing platforms with whatever login mechanisms they have and sign on the document. When all the signatures are there, the e-signing platform will now encrypt the document with a private key and store it in a safe repository. This document is now stored and ready to be retrieved by whoever needs to see the signed copy. So, the e-signing platform acts as a kind of notary to witness the signing by participants. Now that you know how it works, let's talk a little bit about the benefits of e-signatures. Firstly, it applies to the entire document and not just a single page. In a wet ink situation, you would have to initial every page to make sure that it is valid. Next, the document cannot be duplicated with a copier or scanner. And the signatures cannot be backdated. The timestamp will be the system time at the time of signing. You could also not deface a signed document because even a change of 1 pixel will cause the digest generated to be different and thus invalidate the signature. And it's much easier to authenticate an electronic signature than to test the validity of a wet ink signature. Well, thank you for listening and do subscribe to my channels for more videos.